Oh my gosh. Goodness, I
Well,
like to
we
say
are doing it because that's what we do. Um, the we don't have a good signal.
yeah, that's the first thing to say.
Yeah, and so because please bear with us. We are still going to do this show, but just please bear with us. And
Yeah. Well, that's because we're doing this from our bat cave.
yes,
We are not in the same place where we are usually
extremely windy, and we're not there.
yeah, we
There we
are.
are. Okay. And so, so just well, or Imar, and we are
Mm-hmm.
what we are still going to be on this journey. That is just how things go. So
Mm-hmm.
so I'm going to start with our new and revised belief statement.
Mm-hmm.
It says, we are going to relate. It
Mm-hmm.
doesn't matter what your mother, father, sister, brother, children, or even what Jesus says, we are going to relate. At TTJT, we feel the need to relate in a balanced way. By balanced, we mean taking the friendship and sharing on one side and the lover and sexual compatibility on the other side. And that we get the idea that we can be lovers, we can be friends, but we can't be lovers, or we can be lovers, but we can't be friends. Therefore, we choose to marry our lovers, but not our friends. At taking the journey together, we believe your best friend can be your best lover. And to that extent, we can have lasting relationships or what is called healthy
Mm-hmm.
relationships.
I wish this connection was much more healthier,
Yes, it
but it's
definitely needs to
not.
be.
It is not
Yes.
healthy. Healthy. We have somebody that we laughed off about a month ago because we were pushing the issue as it should be. The ability for us to help you out in relationships. In fact, we've helped this young lady out when it comes to relationship advice and relationship counseling concerns. If
Coaching.
coaching concerns, she could probably talk to you a little bit about it if she wants to. And so we wanted to bring her back on. She came back on too. We're so glad. And she definitely operates under tough love because we've been giving her some tough love. And boy, today, the way things are going with the separation in this country and the total, we ain't supposed to be trying to do anything together whatsoever. Or if we do, we're supposed to assimilate with one particular side and drop everything that we feel about who we are, especially Afro Americans, on the other side, which is
Who've been expected
ridiculous.
to assimilate
Exactly.
always.
Is absolutely ridiculous. And you don't want to assimilate in your relationship either. Basically, you want to make sure that you both blend together, both mix together, both are able to relate to one another in such a way that you are able to expand each other, not delete each other, not be mirrors of each other, but to expand
On
your
both
gifts
sides.
and talents on both sides. And taking the journey together is all about trying to make that happen. That's what we could do to help you out. Give her the number before we bring her on. Sharon, what's our number?
The number is, oh gosh,
Oh,
it
oh,
is
she forgot
uh
it.
7 7.
677
No, it's, oh, I
777.
did forget it. It is it's 786 763
Mm-hmm.
1324.
That sounds almost correct, but it probably is.
It's probably wrong. I get the first
I hope.
dot com.
All right.
No, taking the journey together at gmail.com.
All right, all right. Well, let's go ahead and bring her in.
Well, we are.
Are you there? We see
I
you.
am.
Can you see us?
I
Can you hear
can.
us?
Yes,
Oh, okay, good.
But we're having trouble hearing you.
No, we can
and
hear her. It just I had to turn up the sound a little bit because she's coming up over the speakers up above.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, she's here. She's here. Okay,
Okay,
good.
no, so never mind. The sound is up now.
Yeah, the sound is up. What? Is it, girl? Yeah, I know it's cold outside because I can see by the hat on your head. It's gonna be colder tonight. We might even get some snow.
No.
Yeah, we might get some stuff. Now you up in ATL, which is where we're going this weekend, by the way, to ATL to
no, I'm
visit
in
some other
Savannah.
people. And plus, there's a big show on. Yeah, no, huh?
I'm in
She's in
Savannah.
Savannah.
Yeah, I know. I said we are going to Atlanta. I didn't say there before. I said if I did it, I said it real quickly. We are going to Savannah. I mean to Atlanta this weekend because there's a big event going up there, and one of our close friends is going to be part of it as a vendor. We want to go up there and make sure that we do and interface with some good networking people on what we're doing when it comes to relationship. Hopefully, get something started up in Atlanta, which we've been wanting to do for quite a while when it comes to reaching out and taking the journey together because there's relationships up in Atlanta who need this information too at the same time. As we say, people are going to relate. It don't make a difference where you're at around the world. People are going to relate. Isn't that right?
Yes, it is.
She's shaking her, you know.
I wholeheartedly agree.
Yeah, okay, good. So, how's things going with you since you've been back? How's things looking with you in relationship wise, and how's things looking for you life wise too at the same time? Go ahead and talk to us. You're not that
Relationship
much of a stranger. You,
smoothly. Relationship smoothly. Business. There are a lot of components being introduced, and I'm excited, slightly overwhelmed. But as you know, I love tedious
mm-hmm.
activity. So I have a lot on my plate and a lot to look forward to.
You
And
said
I
you like
can't wait.
what activity?
Tedious.
Tedious.
I like tedious work. I like tedious
Go ahead,
jobs.
Sharon.
I have a lot to look forward to, and I can't wait to extend the opportunities to
Mm-hmm.
everyone.
Yeah. Now you know what they say about tedious work, don't you?
No, I don't.
Okay, that's
I
it.
take it
She
that's a
doesn't
no.
know. Tedious work. They usually say it's because it's the devil that's in the details. You ain't never heard that before?
Oh, I don't know about that. No, I'm not
Hold on.
aware of that.
You hold on. You've never heard this. You can't be that young. You ain't never heard. Your mom did. Is that what she's?
Never heard that.
You've never heard that statement called the devil in the details.
Mm-mm.
Okay. Well, all that means is that when it comes to the detail, understanding steps, arrangements that are done in almost any kind of relationship that we have to do, many people are too lazy to want to do it. Many people don't want to go out of the way to do it. And so
Oh,
they look at that as being devil's work because it's hard. It takes
oh.
work. You got to go out of your way
No, I
because
like that
they have been
word.
taught to think that we exactly. So they've been taught to think that heavenly work is easy. It always
Right.
comes with no problems at all. So you're doing heavenly work. That's where that
They
came
got
from.
it
So you can take that
backwards.
with you, young lady. Just learn
They
something
got it
today. What's
backwards.
that?
They have it
It
backwards.
is.
Yeah.
It is. Exactly. It is. It is. But I'm just saying that's where they use that terminology to basically say from that end. So yeah. Hello, Michael Wallace. How are you doing, sir? We're glad to see that you're listening to our show. I'm going to try to, if all possible, because of the fact that we just have such a hard time with this connection. I'm going to try to start us off. We stopped
What?
before talking about. Oh, I'm sorry.
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
We stopped before talking about five. What again?
5 steps to great communication
5 steps to great communication. Do
or
you
better
remember better
communication.
communication? Do you remember one of them, Sharon?
One of them was support their dreams.
Okay. Would you do you
Meaning your partner.
exactly? Do you think that supporting your dreams is an important part of good communications in your relationship? In a relationship.
Of course.
Okay. Why would you think that? Where some people may think that my dream is my dream, your dream is your dream, and those two must not ever be able to meet each other.
I don't think that. I think that my dream is my dream, your dream is your dream, and there's definitely a way for us to incorporate each other's dream into our dream.
Okay.
That's a real selfish way of looking at it. If you say these are my dreams and you don't have anything to do with it, when you're in a relationship, that's the statement from a selfish person. Or
Right.
my dreams are my dreams, and you have to follow my dreams and don't worry about yours. It's still real selfish. I think it's important to support each other's dreams.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mhm.
Shop so stereotype that was carried over into the age of Ice Cube. His name is Craig something. I've seen Craig and talked to him personally. And Kansas City, when he was not too big, he went to a casino called Harris Casino, and he was out there that late that night in the September because he's born as a Virgo like I was. And so I had a chance to see him do his jokes. He's a pretty cool brother. I know how things change now, but he talked about how that movie he did when it comes to barbershop, how they were carrying on that tradition. It's a bad tradition stereotype where whenever a brother has a dream, a sister would shoot it down. And if you remember the first barbershop, he had that dream in a recording studio he put together. And one night, the recording studio blew up and almost caught fire. And this old lady just jumped on him about it and said, you're doing that pipe dream, it ain't going to work. And it was also referring to the barbershop that he picked up from his dad, that it also was failing in this particular case, not getting money because the community was gentrified and somebody was getting ready to move in. It was a typical stereotype that's come from way back in our particular community, where many times a black man's dream is put down, poo-hooed, or so many words saying it's a waste of your time, and you need to get out and get a real job and stop thinking that maybe the man's coming against you, whatever you may want to call it. Um, that, of course, is not at all what a balanced, healthy relationship would ever be about. And would never want this case a woman being in black or any other color to say to you in a balanced, healthy relationship. So this opens up a door today because we are going to stick on this because we want to talk about something that is, how can I say it, hot today when it comes to relationships. When it comes to a certain individual who's in a relationship that you may not know about, but you know who he is. And so we're going to kind of move a little bit to the side, and we're going to talk about something that has to do with this very same thing. But in this case, we're going to call it, can a woman really compliment a man? From what I just gave you in my story dealing with talking with Ice Cube back then, he pretty much was saying a stereotype that I even grew up with, which was, ain't no woman, especially no black woman, is going to ever compliment you or help you out in your dreams. When it comes to, if you ain't working a job or working for the man, you might as well forget it if you think she's going to support you. She's always going to seem to
That's a
step on your neck
narrative.
and give you the perception what you're doing is not going to work. Yeah, go ahead.
That's a narrative that the propaganda that the people are pushing once again to make the community think that that's how we are with each other. But I know for a fact that there are several women, there are hundreds, thousands, even millions of women, black women for that matter, that support their husbands, boyfriends, the men in their lives. And I'm definitely one of
Yeah.
That's very, very good, very, very good. And we definitely know that moving forward, we can't can continue with that stereotype. And
them. Yeah.
our sadly to say, through Twyla Perry and others, are still old stereotype year after year. So there's many of us who are believing that stereotype. What I liked which I'm going to show real quickly, is how a young man who everybody knew about during the Super Bowl, those who understood the encryption that was in the Super Bowl and those who didn't, that there was a behind the scene person in the Super Bowl that really made him that Superman that day. So we're going to play a video real quickly to give you some insight on. Oh, was that the wrong one? Oh yeah, it is the right way. I should have never messed with the first place, should I, Sharon?
No,
No, no, that's what I get for messing with it.
still them.
Oh, so, oh, thank you, man. There you go. So just sit back. Hopefully, you'll be able to hear it.
Let us know.
Yeah, yeah, I hope so. Anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and let you go. Let's go. Sound up. Go. 40 million leads some people to think she's not worthy of doing.
It's breaking up real bad.
However, Kendrick says with
It's not working.
it's just absolutely terrible. We'll leave that picture up there because the bandwidth is absolutely terrible. That's his wife. That's the
Kendrick
Kendrick
Lamar.
Lamar's. That's his wife. And I'll have to remove that too, just because I like to keep it up there if all possible. We put it in a smaller picture, see what happens. So anyway, that
she's
is
gone.
no, she's not gone.
From the,
Oh, I forgot because of shoot. Yeah, hold on. Let me try it again. I'm trying to keep it up there just for people to see. So anyway, the whole video just was saying that this sister, his wife, has been supporting him all along since high school times. And though she makes no more than $140,000, something like that, he's now in the millions of dollars. But she has been there to support him and still there supporting him. And in turn, has been the strong arm person who has kept him and made him feel comfortable in what he does and what he did on the Super Bowl. And I thought that's important for us to know that, especially y'all young folks, that there are young folks who are in that arena that in turn you think it's all about money. It's all about just my showmanship, all about my image. And I really then don't have that much importance for my mate. They're in the background. They really do nothing for me. Oh, I'm going to skip and hop to another particular one. And see, that's just not true. That does not always happen, even as this young lady has said. There are some who are being strong and connecting because they have an inside integrity that has to do with loyalty, that has to do with honor and connection to the love to the person that they are with. It don't mean that they are not going through hard times, because I can expect at that level, Kendrick, especially after that stadium thing he did, he's probably being hit big time. But yet they are good role models from that standpoint for those who are under 35 to know that you can make it in a relationship and you can have a comfortable, I call it what? Balanced relationship. Yes. And there's no doubt about it. I would bet she is complimenting him big time from that end. So we're going to talk about that today as one of the way of supporting your mate when it comes to a relationship. Compliment. What is a compliment? What is complimenting about? Sharon, what do you think is complimenting is all about?
I am off the top of my head, or
Off the top of your head,
okay.
the rim, side of the wall, and into the basket.
What I believe compliment is when you enhance what a person already has, where you are, if they are strong, you uphold them in that strength. If they are um, creative, you encourage that creativity. You bring out the best of whatever it is that they already. You are a part of them in that support system.
Exactly. Okay, and we definitely want to hear from you. We're not going to leave you out, my sister. So give us your input on what you think compliment is, or being complimentary.
Uh,
That's it. Am I missing
very,
this teacher?
very similar to what Miss Sharon has just said. I think that complimenting each other in a relationship is um, if you have a dream that you are focused on and you're capable of doing certain things towards that, if she or he is capable of creating that balance, whether it be um, writing your scripts or just backing you up as a team, working as a team towards your goal, and you working as a team towards her goal, and vice versa, whether the goals are separate or together. I think that's complementary. We pick up each other's pieces. Where the other one is strong, the other one picks up. I mean, where the other one is weak, the other one picks up, and vice versa. And we know what that goal is, and we do what we have to do to get to it collectively.
All right. I like that. I like that. I want to say before I usually go into the technical portion, which is important. In other words, yeah, I'm going to get where the devil meets the details. That's just how I always am, and that's how I operate. I don't think it's devilish. I think it's very good that we go into the details, especially if it's something worthwhile, that's important, has to do with excellence, has to do with that which is best. You should know the details behind it, definitely. And the relationships are important, and your relationship is important, so you should be knowing the details. But I'm going to joke real quickly, like I usually do. I think about a compliment. This is just a joke, folks. This is just a joke. I think about compliments when I go to a McDonald's. I sometimes get fries with my shake. My fries are my compliments. Hey, many eating places we go to, they have compliments. Am I right?
Yeah.
Hey, come on, sister. You've been to many eating places and you pick up those compliments at a cheaper price. Come on, don't get all that serious. I'm the serious
Yeah,
guy here. Y'all love compliments. Come on, you love compliments. And
yeah,
in
of
a
course.
way, compliments
Don't we
are
all?
kind of like that too. Yeah, kind of like that too. Yeah, definitely. So first of all, let's go to our notes, Ruka. Let's go to the big board. A mate, when it comes to compliments in a balanced, healthy relationship, means they bring, as Sharon talked about, quality, strengths, and perspectives that, here's the key word, harmonize,
Harmonize.
harmonize with you, not mirror you exactly. I'll say it again. That bring harmony in the relationship, not mirror you in exactly. I know some of us young folks, and I know some of us old folks say, I want a guy, excuse me, a woman is like a guy. I'm seeing on the internet sometimes young folks saying, say nigga, or excuse me, Julius, I didn't mean to say that. Or, hey, bro, and it's a female woman and treating her just like if it's another dude. And there's some women doing the same things, calling her a man a bitch, or calling her like a woman. So that role is, I want someone to be exactly like that. Well, I'm going to tell you, when it comes to even a balanced relationship, it can't happen that way. No two people are exactly alike anyway.
Well, right off the bat,
Mm-hmm.
when you call your partner a name that is demeaning,
Mm-hmm.
you're not complimenting even at that.
Yeah, I would say you're not.
That is that you can't have it both ways. You can't have derogatory or demeaning and compliment at the same time. They are opposite constructs, opposite ideas. And so right at the beginning, you're wrong. You have to recognize the positive within your partner and support them in that, not bring them down just because it's comfortable for you.
So have you had that happen to you, young sister, or do you know a relationship of your own personally in your story that you know the two kind of react and talk to each other that way?
In a negative way.
Okay, I'm glad that you think of that way because I know
I'm asking.
some young folks when we're on River Street, they look at us being negative.
Yeah,
Yep.
using those that kind of
Yeah,
terminology.
nigger or bitch. Yeah. Ooh,
You
I'm,
did it
look,
again.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, of course. I know. Yeah, I know. I don't look at those relationships never last long.
Yeah.
Nobody
You
wants to be
you
And
you
seen
and
that
you you
way.
just gave for telling.
Yeah, no one wants to be seen that way or felt as if their counterpart feels that way about them.
Exactly. Yet those kind of names, especially on River Street, were thrown around all the time when it came to young folks' relationship. I mean, it was like it was just like me calling you buddy, friend, or sister or brother. That them names were just much more easy just to toss around, and no one
It
seemed to
depends on the
even flinch
context.
behind it whatsoever.
It depends on the context or the dynamic of the
Mm,
conversation. But on a
mm-hmm.
regular basis, all the time, no.
Mm,
yeah, see, for me, and I guess it has a lot to do with uh, the company that you're used to keeping.
Hmm.
To me, it just tears you down rather than building you up. When
Hmm.
somebody you love speak to you that way, and I know even some people have had their parents talk to them that way,
mm-hmm.
and so for them, they have a different perspective on it. Whereas they know it's not, they don't see it as love, but they see it as, oh, that's just the way so and so is. But so and so shouldn't be and doesn't have to be that way, especially in a relationship. You can break that cycle if it's something that you have grown up with or whatever, or your um, um, connections are okay with that, but you're not. You have to know how it makes you feel. And if it makes you feel a certain way, 9 times out of 10, it's going to make everybody that you use that terminology with feel that same way. So why is it that if you feel bad when somebody says something to you, you turn around and use the same terms on somebody that you supposedly love? Do you
Mm-hmm.
want them to feel that negative too? That's not complimentary. That's not supportive.
Exactly, exactly. I've been in a household when I did a lot of community action work and many tough households, and I would come in some of these households, and I'm telling, I'm hearing all kinds of names just going around like it's just usual conversation, bitches and hoes and
And
all that other stuff, and almost every time I'll find a young person in the room, usually watching TV or looking at the phone, and they're like in their own bubble zone. And you could tell that they have been so used to hearing it, but at the same time, feeling like it shouldn't really exist, at least for them. So they're in their own zone watching TV or looking at their phone and blocking out everything else. And I'll usually come over and say something to them, what's up, little man? Or what's up, young sister? And they'll look at me with a look of two looks. One of them is a look of help me. Other look of can you believe this is happening? And I always feel for them because I felt the stress. I felt the pressure when I came into that particular house. I came into that particular apartment complex. The stress and the pressure was so high because the words are powerful. They weren't even paying attention to it. They're so used to it. But somebody in that household, usually someone young, is innocent or still has an indigo soul still left in them, not scarred that bad that they can feel it. They know what's going on. And those are the ones that usually end up getting out of that situation and grow up and be someone, or sometimes they can't stand it so much they go out and find maybe a gang member, or they get into a relationship they shouldn't be in because at least they feel like they're getting love there.
Out of frying pan into the fire, as they often say.
Exactly. Exactly. So it's about creating synergy. It's about creating synergy. Compliment is about creating synergy where both partners enhance each other's growth. What do you think? Give us an example of enhancing someone's growth. That since IC Port is all about trying to enhance people's growth all through the community with who you connect with, though it's from a media point of view, which is cool. Give us an example that you were thinking a relationship would be a way to enhance a person's relationship.
Um, I can use me as an example. Maybe having
Okay.
a significant other that is always in the yard. He he's really good at trimming, really good at really good at planting. That's what he likes to do. And he's looking for work. Let's say he's looking for work. He doesn't have a job, but he's always in somebody's yard doing something. The wife or the girlfriend seeing that and being like, you know what, babe, you should start a landscaping company. And she goes and she creates, for instance, she creates flyers and commercials and starts going out and doing some work and meeting people that might need the services. And all he has to do is the work. All he has to do is show up and do what he loves to do. That's complementary. That is duality. That's teamwork. Or let's say she draws or she likes to teach or life coach or talk. And he's like, babe, you should be a life coach. You should just start just start a program and go live, and he gets her a mic and he gets the laptop and sets it up and paints the wall or does something like that, and all she has to do is show up and do what she is. Like if you observe your partner and you see that there are things that they like to do that they're passionate about that other people can use, and you uplift them in that way. Maybe
Mm-hmm.
you're capable, you're being capable of complementing that and doing such work in order to help them manifest their dreams. It's
Yeah.
teamwork.
Yeah. You know, many times in a relationship, as you just referred to, people are not in the relationship observing someone else in that relationship in that detail. Why? Because they are mostly concerned about themselves and what they're doing and what their dream is doing or not doing, and all of the necessary, and I do say necessary, pieces to bring that particular dream to pass. And they
Right.
figure, I ain't got no time for anybody else.
Mhm.
And therefore, there is no time for that kind of observation
If you
in
take
detail to see what your man and your woman feels.
if you take a little time and you put because I've put my business to the side in those regards for similar reasons. If you can take 3 to 6 months and put it to the side just to uplift your counterpart, then once they get the ball rolling, they can do the same thing for you if y'all dream not the same. Because I might be a gardener and he might be a landscaper, and I might show him that he can landscape, and now we got a whole business, and I'm planting in the yards that we um trimming up. You know what I'm saying? Or
Mm-hmm.
I might be,
Mm-hmm.
while he's doing a yard, I might be able to talk to the person about life insurance if that's what I do. We might hit one house
Mm-hmm.
and
Mm-hmm.
two things at that same house. Like it's ways to bring two things that seem like they don't go together. It's ways to bring them together. Where there is a will, there's
Yes,
Yes.
yes. I'm thinking about an old Sesame song. One of these things,
It's not like the
the other,
other.
one of these things are not the same. But yet, at the end, you don't even know what Sesame Street is. You're too old to even know that.
I do know
Yeah, I
Sesame
don't know. Is
Street.
Sesame Street even
Sesame
on
Street is
anymore? I
still
don't even
on.
know.
It's
Yes.
still
It's
on.
going to be on TV. I think they.
Sesame Street.
Oh, she's.
I'm a
Oh, I
90s
forgot. She's.
baby.
They get rid.
I'm a
By the way, they
90s
get
baby.
ready to get rid of this new regime is getting ready to get rid of PBS, young sister. It don't like that kind of education going out to folks like us and others. So it's getting ready to go. So you
Well,
need to say something about
that just
that.
gives
Anyway,
us room to
I just
create
was
our
making a
own
point that
station.
your point is very valid. The need for us to come together. Yeah, well, no doubt about that. And yet, at the same time, the money and taxes that have been going to that for years, and the people that in turn have also spent their life in turn their dreams into it, doesn't mean that they have to be shipped off to the side just for the hell of it because someone else just feels that way. So we definitely have a right to speak up about it. But we're going to go on and go to our what do you call them? Breaks. Yes, that's what they call breaks. And these are the breaks, by the way. And then we're going to come back with some more. So please stay with us, and we shall be right back. What's our first commercial? I'm looking at what our first commercial should be.
Our first,
Oh, am I on the commercial side? Am I?
were.
What, was I on the commercial side?
Yes.
Oh, I am. Okay, we're back. Hold on, is it doing this?
Right now it's not.
Hold on. Okay, we are back. Let's get her back to at the same time. We can be seen and heard not only here on WRU, excuse me, our Black Media on Thursday at 6 o'clock Standard Time. Also, too, I think we're also on YouTube. I think it's on our Black Media, also on YouTube. Then, of course, on WRUU 107.5,
On
you can see us.
Saturday mornings at 9 o'clock.
Mm-hmm. Yes. And then, of course, I'm going to scroll at the bottom for those who are looking for some kind of counseling or coaching. I'm sorry. You can always get a hold of us through our email address, taking the journey together at gmail.com. And, of course, our telephone number, 786. Did you do it right?
I did. 786-763-1324.
Yes, we've been getting calls already. But, hey, just know that we have answer machine there. So, well, I'm sorry. I'm dating myself. You can't leave a message, and we'll definitely get back with you. You know, there's no question is dumb. There's no information that you give us that will let anybody know. I would tell you right now, there are a lot of people in the Savannah area, especially, that we have talked to that if we told or said anything, then they would be more embarrassed than us. But we don't do that. Your relationship is important to you. How you want to move towards that goal of having a balanced relationship is important to you. It's also important to us. The more that we see relationships who move that way means we have more power relationships. And in our Afro American community, especially, it's very, very important for the future for us to move that way. Our past has brought us where we are. We need to have a future that continues to go this way. What is that noise?
I don't know. It was just once.
Oh, okay. Anyway, do me a favor. Ooh, okay. I'm kidding. I'm gonna take a hold on. I'm gonna take a break here because there's something I got to take a look at real quickly. I apologize. Please apologize for me too, Sharon. I'm gonna do this commercial again. Hopefully, if I can get to it, because I got to go look at something real quickly. Who this one? Rap or is that? Is that a commercial?
About the cruise.
Where's the cruise? 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 Where's the cruise?
Go up a little bit more.
Or where it is? Where is it?
Right there.
Is that the
One
cruise up right here?
No, that's not it. No,
No, that's
wrong.
not right.
I don't have my glasses.
There it is, right there. Going through the cruise. We'll be right back.
Join us for an unforgettable Caribbean cruise. Attention everyone, are you ready for a summer escape? Our Black Media Network invites you to an incredible Caribbean cruise from June 16th to June 20th, 2025. Whether you're bringing your partner or connecting with family and friends, this is the perfect getaway. Here's what you can look forward to. Monday, we set sail for the Port Carnival, Orlando, Florida. The adventure begins. Tuesday, enjoy a fun day at the sea. Relax and take part in exciting onboard activities. Wednesday, discover the beauty of Grand Turk. Immerse yourself in the island of culture and scenery. Thursday, another fun day at the sea. More time to mingle with you and your boo. Friday, explore the stunning shores of the Bahamas. Experience paradise firsthand. And last but not least, Saturday, we return to the Port Carnival, bringing back cherished memories. This cruise is your chance to engage with your favorite show host, your spouse, and make valuable connections and ignite meaningful conversations. Don't miss out on this incredible opportunity. For more information, reach out to our staff or any show host and email at getgoingtravelagency@gmail.com. Once again, that's getgoingtravelagency@gmail.com. Secure your spot today and get ready for a remarkable summer experience. You can learn more information at rblackmedia.com. Once again, that's rblackmedia.com.
Okay, we're back. What a good break. You got a cruise break. You got to look at maybe the possibility of sun and fun and this cold weather we're getting ready to have in the Savannah, Georgia area. Going to get down to 27. Burr, are you all ready for the cold weather that's getting ready to come here? And you're not.
I wasn't
okay.
aware. I just woke up this morning and felt
What?
it. I wasn't aware.
Ah.
Oh.
Well, it's going to be even colder than it was this morning when you woke up, by the way.
Temperatures
then I
felt
ain't
like
coming up.
steadily.
You what?
I said, I
What'd
ain't
you
coming
say?
out the house then, but I lied because we start our show tomorrow.
Okay, well, you'll be out somewhere. You at least going out and then come back in. So that's going to be a okay thing from that end. But it's going to be cold. It's going to be cold tonight. It'll be getting down to about 27 degrees, a little bit colder than that. But it's going to get a little bit warm tomorrow morning. So
it probably won't even be 30 when I leave tomorrow.
That's
yeah,
cuddle
well, I
weather.
can get that.
It's time to cuddle.
What'd you say?
I said, that's cuddle weather. It's time to cuddle.
Exactly. Unless you got to go to work, or unless someone don't want to do that. I mean, like I said, maybe you're in a relationship where you don't have that kind of closeness too. It's like That ain't my vision. That's not my dream to cuddle. No, I don't want to. I'll do something that is beyond cuddling. But hey, if you don't get me no place, I ain't cuddling with you. For that particular end. I remember in my younger days, us guys were like, man, if I get a girl and all she wants to do is cuddle, I ain't gonna get nothing from her. I ain't thinking about trying to cuddle for that end. And all she wants to do is just try to cuddle. And then if you at home, I'm not going on, but then if you at her house and her mom and dad is in the same room watching TV, you really are concerned about how you're cuddling because you're like, oh, shit, something might show. Or she might try to get close to you, like, oh man, I want something more than just that. Cuddling was not a thing for some brothers. I mean, it just wasn't. But it's still a good thing now today.
Cuddling is definitely.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so we're gonna go on. I'm sorry.
No. I was just about to do the same thing you were.
Okay, well, go ahead.
So go ahead. Shall we compliment each other?
Yes,
Okay.
yes. Key aspects of what?
Complementary relationships.
There are key aspects to complementing relationships because not everybody knows about it, not everyone's practicing it. And of course, the devil's in the detail, meaning we can get some details so it could be better, it could be enhanced more. And that's what taking the journey is all about. Really balance. So we balance well. We want both to complement one another. Even though sometimes in our community, we're definitely driving, hoping that women would be complimenting to us. But it really should be both of us being able to complement one another in a balanced, healthy relationship. So balance of strength and weakness. That's right. We're talking about first balance of strength and weakness. You want to start that off?
Yes. One partner might be analytical while the other is intuitive.
Let's stop right there. What do you think that means? Analytical and intuitive. Anybody? Come on, anybody here? Anybody? Raise your hand.
One
I'm going to look at
person.
the comments. See if anybody in the
One person and being analytical means that they may be someone who observes and analyzes a given situation, and they don't take anything until they can see it. And another person being intuitive means they have a feeling, and we better rock with it. Because if you got a gut feeling, they may be very intuitive. They may can probably be clairvoyant or have foresight or a sense of foresight, and it's like, I don't think we should do this. And the other person want to analyze, but if you turn this way, you turn that way, and we'll get here. And I'm like, when we get there, I don't think we need to go there. That's an example.
Yes.
Okay.
All right.
That's a good way to start it. Definitely, definitely. One is a brainiac or nerd, and the other one is intuitive. Is it could be a sister or a brother that is very spiritual. And in that day they pulled a card and said the card said, "Don't do this." I have dated some sisters who were very, at least thought they were very spiritual, and the card thing they do what Native American was who she was actually. They did the smudge thing and smoked the peyote and all that good stuff, and I battled with him because of my analytical mind. And so this is really not about which one is better and which one's not.
And which one is right.
This is all about, again, complementing balance of strength and weaknesses. And that's what we're looking at. How do we find the strength and the weaknesses, which is what a balanced relationship is all about. Even in complementary, you have to find that balance in this case. So one may be grounded while the other is a visionary. Now, here's one that really gets you in another corner of this is a gray area. Someone who's grounded. You think someone's grounded would also be a visionary. Then you think someone's a visionary would also be grounded. But that may not be so. So now we're in another arena that we may not say is so black or white or so opposite. Right? Grounded, while the other's visionary. So instead of thinking about it as being competition, these traits work together, created when they're well-rounded as a unit. Again, well-rounded as a unit. And I think that's one of the things that's more important for us to understand when it comes to balanced, healthy relationships. When we're talking about unity, we're talking about how do you make your relationship well rounded using that complement characteristics, idea, or in this case, aspect in your relationship. The difference, not the differences, but the balance between the strength and the weaknesses. Because I'll be honest with you, sometimes us guys, I'm gonna say it, I don't mind.
Okay.
Sometimes us guys are like, I don't need no instructions. Just give me the damn thing and I'll get it together. I ain't never said that. I'll be honest with you. I ain't never said that.
Never.
and after you're tugging and tangling with me, I'll cuss a couple of times. That's right. I will cuss sometimes. And pissed off because it ain't doing what I wanted to do. I may turn to the corner or turn to her, and her being Mrs. English teacher, she's reading the instructions. I'm going, what? You're reading the instructions? And I'm a man. I should be able. Da 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 da. What has that not? Has it happened?
That's happened. Oh, maybe once or twice.
Oh, okay.
A lot.
Okay.
So,
okay.
I knew she was giving you grace.
quite often, I
knew she was giving you grief.
Yeah, she was. She was definitely giving me grief, all right.
well, quite often what I'll do
Grace.
is I'll take
Grace.
over, or I will suggest that while he's doing something else, that I will put whatever it is together. And don't you need to take care of this, that, or the other? I'll just go ahead and I'll start working on this,
Yeah.
and then you can
And,
join
and
me
she
afterwards.
she's not trying to, sisters out there, she's not trying to deter me to put a hole in my ego, because the ego's running at the time. And there's nothing wrong with ego. Now, don't get me wrong. It's how you balance it. So she's not trying to deter me to put a foot on my neck. She's guiding me in a direction, usually something that I can do that allows her.
That will not frustrate you
Exactly,
so much.
exactly. That she easily can work on in the same project. Now, we're talking about the same project. We're not talking about a different project. And in turn, you find that when that happens, many times we are able to accomplish it much more quicker. I'll say it again, much more quicker and more efficiently. I will give you an example. It's kind of like you had the drafter that I will guarantee you many of the bricklayers think of him being a gay boy. They think of him being light. They think of him being sweet. They think of him being a PUSSY, anything you can think of. But without the drafter who drafted that building for them to come and build, it would not have happened. It just would not have happened from that end.
Necessary
So again, we're giving an example of exactly. So we're talking about a balance and strength when it comes to a relationship, because we're talking about compliment. We're trying to compliment each other. We're not trying to tear each other apart. We're not trying to compete with one another. We're trying to compliment one another. And sadly, in our Black community, we compete with each other way too much. Even in my old school days, we were competing with one another. I remember old guys I hung around and said, man, I ain't never going to work in no job with my wife. Never. I don't get along with her at home. I ain't hell if I'm going to have her on my job and then try to tell me what to do. And that's how those old school guys were. There's still some young folks who still feel that same way in their own relationships from that particular end. You're not going to build a good business. You're not going to be able to develop a foundational legacy with that kind of mindset. You got to start working in such a way where you can complement one another. What do you think, young sister? What do you think about that?
I agree. I completely agree.
What are some things that you see that are happening with who you're working with? Because you work with a lot of young folks more than us and other folks do. Do you see that there's a lot of complementary relationships trying to work in this matter at all?
I think it's a lot of realization of what complementary is. As we move along and push unity, I'm starting to see people get the picture. So understanding that, just like with your example about intuitive and analytical, instead of it being a competition, like you were saying, your analyzation against my intuition, we intuitively analyze, or you analyze my intuition to see where the intuitive person is coming from, and you can analyze that rather than having your own focal point of analyzation, her having her own focal point, intuitiveness, we come together and bring both of those aspects together. And then it becomes complementary. It's like, you know what, babe, that makes sense. I'm not gonna go that way because last time we went that way, That's an analyzation. Even though her intuition is saying not to go there, you're using your analyzation to complement her intuitive things. So you're not necessarily using intuition as your reasoning for going along with her, but y'all still end up being on the same page. You just have different reasons for being on that page, but you're on the same page.
Yes. Many manifestations of inventions that were done. And a lot of y'all don't know this, but I know this. A lot of manifestations means things that actually came to pass, something that was built of a particular machine or an item or even a painting was done because somebody's wife or somebody's mate had a dream about it, had an intuition about it, and said, honey, this is what you should do. Sweetheart, this is what you should try. And the analyst part was, wow, let me take my skill of painting. Let me take my skill of building this. And therefore, it will, thank you. And it will then come to pass from what you dreamed and what you presented. Now, that's another good example of complementing with one another.
And here's another example of complementing. One of us is running the show and one of us is watching the time. And we are out of time.
Wow.
Yeah.
Thank you, dear. Wow. We only have 1 minute left.
Yes.
So, let's briefly, where are you at? Yes,
you
go
can find me on all
please.
You can find me on all platforms.
Where can you see you and all that good stuff?
You can find me at all platforms at iSeaport Savannah, and you can now find me at Hot 2100 Savannah. Download the app on Fridays at 7 and 9, and Saturdays from 4 to 6.
Yeah, I don't know how much they heard you because it's right on your club, but that's all right. I'm gonna have Julie make sure that he makes a commercial spot so we can either play it back or hit it on text. By the way, March 1st, we're going to be at the 3rd annual Gullah Geechee Ball. Make sure you see us there. Got some special people from Africa who's going to be with us at that table too at the same time. So we're really happy about that. Okay. God bless you. Ashe. Remember, compliment one another. Not about trying to debase or compete with one another, right?
Absolutely.
I like that.